Hey guys, Rhett here. What's going on? Wanted to talk to you today about something that I get asked all the time, and that's net zero cash flow. What does that mean? Well, in terms of long-term hold real estate, it means property that you own where every month you're netting $0, okay? Your cash flow is not netting you any positive money per month, okay? You're net zero. You are a zero net rental, okay? I'm going to explain to you a couple things. Now, the argument for net zero property is that you're basically paying off the person renting that property is basically paying off the mortgage every single month, or the person that is renting that property is paying off your expenses every single month. I'll tell you what the problem is with that. We're not making any money. We're not making any return on our investment. Now, the people out there who are saying, yeah, you are, of course you are making appreciation. It's unrealized, which means you haven't accessed that appreciation yet. You haven't pulled or tapped into the equity in that property. So, for example, the people that are for net zero cash flow would say, okay, well, they're paying down your mortgage every single month, and then in 10 years, you sell the place for $100,000 more dollars. Then in that case, you made $10,000 per year on the property. Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong. What if you bought a property in 2000 or 2001, and every single month the tenant was paying that mortgage, boom, 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 boom. Then 10 years later, you go to refi the equity, and the property is worth 50% of what you bought it for. Then what? Now you have to wait another 10 years for it to be at where you bought it 20 years earlier, right? The risk isn't worth the reward, in my opinion there. I want to make sure that all the time, whether it's my properties or my coaching clients' properties, we are always making money, okay? When you're net zero, you're basically playing a game and saying, all I care about is appreciation, right? But at the end of the day, there's more risk involved in that, and I'll tell you why. Say every single month, for argument's sake, we're making $10 net cash flow, right? Say our mortgage and all of our expenses are $1,000 a month, and the rent in that unit is $1,010, okay? We net $10. And say we net $10 and everything's hunky-dory and the property's great, we love the tenant, everything's going phenomenal. And then in November, something breaks, okay? The toilet breaks, the sink breaks, a pipe breaks, something happens that's our responsibility. The refrigerator goes out. Up until November, through November, we've made $110, right? We're netting $10. It's cash flowed for 11 months. That's $110. That fix is now going to cost us $500 or $400. That essentially just wiped out our profit for the next 4 years. What? And that's with no other maintenance, guys. For my coaching program clients, we're trying to maximize our returns every single month. I want to make sure that we are hammering cash on cash returns, because when maintenance comes up, I want to make sure that there's no maintenance that can wipe out our entire cash flow for the year. Now you say, well, Rhett, what if it needs a new roof? Or Rhett, what if, something crazy happens and the electrical goes out? We got to we got to redo the electrical. We got to redo the plumbing. Hold it right there. With 99% of my coaching clients, the first thing we do is take care of all deferred maintenance, okay? So up front, we put a new roof on. If the house needs new electrical, we do new electrical. If the house needs new plumbing, we do new plumbing. We take care of all the big ticket items up front. So over the next 10, 15, 20 years, we don't have to deal with any high ticket maintenance items. So it might be a little here, nickel and dime here and there, right? Occasionally small things, but nothing that's ever going to totally exhaust our cash flow for the entire year. I always want to make sure that the money that we make every single month, we can actually take some of that home, or my clients can take some of that, be able to park that into other investments, use it and let it grow, let it grow, let it grow to move it into their next rental property. I never, ever, ever, ever want to have somebody grind out a year of rent to at the end of the year when they're doing their books and they can show this is the money that they've made, and then all of a sudden we have a big chunk of maintenance that needs to, be done, and it wipes out all of this profit and it takes 50% of the following year's profit. That's unacceptable to me, guys. It's why I don't like net zero cash flow. I don't want to totally rely on property equity. There's too many things that go on in our world to try and play the appreciation game. Appreciation is, and I tell my clients this all the time, and you guys know, you've heard me say it, it's a cherry on top, right? We're in this for high yield returns and high yield cash flow. We don't care about appreciation. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't like appreciation. We love appreciation, but we're not investing in Section 8 rental properties for appreciation. Now, you guys want to buy stuff in New York City. You want to buy stuff on the Atlantic Ocean in Florida, right? You want to buy stuff up in Boston, in Los Angeles. Fine. You want to be net zero in those areas where you're renting to high luxury, to high net individuals. It's a little bit different, okay? When you're talking about the ability to invest in a very, very, very high income, high net worth area, and appreciation can literally be $1 million over the course of 2 or 3 years, like we've seen recently. There's less risk in those areas than there are in some of these other areas, okay? In areas that we are seeing more risk as far as investments are concerned, as it relates to appreciation, we need to maximize our monthly cash flow over and over and over again. I don't even care if you're looking at low income cash flow, Section 8, or if you're looking at median income cash. It doesn't matter. We need to make sure we're making money. Now, as I'm sure you guys are all real estate investors or ready to be real estate investors, I'm sure you guys have all crunched the numbers and done the math. And what you see today is it's really dang hard to buy a property for somewhere between $100,000 and $400,000 and rent it out at market rent and still make money. You're going to find that because of interest rates and because of the prices of homes, that it's really hard to make money based on cash market rent. Am I right? I know I am. If you plug in any, properties that are between $200,000 and $400,000 in your area that you would like to rent out, I'm sure that whatever that market rent is for that many bedrooms or that many square footage in your that much square footage in your area is barely going to cover your expenses on that unit. It's going to put us right back into that net zero category. And even still, we're still in a median income profile right there, guys. We're still in a median income socioeconomic group, which is not where we want to be. I tell my clients all the time, I am on two sides of the spectrum, low income and high income, right? I want to deal with the two most secure groups of socioeconomic earners in the country, right? That's the high net worth individuals and low income individuals. These are the two safest places to be because there's less fluctuation, unfortunately, but that's just the way it is, guys, right? We've seen that in high net worth families, money stays in families, right? High net worth offspring is usually stays in that high net worth socioeconomic arena. Unfortunately, we know that those low income socioeconomic groups stay there, right? And that is an issue that we see. Now, the thing about the median income is it fluctuates. You have people that are going up and going down and going up and going down. And when there's uncertainty in the United States and things happen around the world and our economy shifts and it gets worse, the people that get hurt the most are those people in the middle, because those are the ones that are living trying to make ends meet. They're living check to check. They have nice things, but they're on those borders, right, of barely being able to afford what's going on. Okay, we have the low income that can't afford it. They're on government stipends. They're on housing voucher choice, housing assistance, food stamps, and then you have the wealthy who are unaffected by inflation for the most part, unaffected by things that go on. That's why these are the most secure. The government will always take care of the low income, and the high income will always take care of themselves and each other, okay? So that's why those are the two safest classes. But that is also why we need to make sure that whatever long-term hold we get into, if it's not ultra high luxury, and that's an outlier, we are making consistent, safe, and strong cash flow returns every single month on our investments, guys. Okay? I know I threw a lot at you. Please, please, please leave your questions and comments below. If you're interested in my coaching program, shoot me an email. I dropped it in the description below, and we'll see you next time.